Good morning, my friends, and welcome to yoga for today. All you're going to need is a mat. You take your shoes and socks off, and let's enjoy this next 30 minutes. So come on over to your mat. We're going to start off with some spinal rolls as a bit of a warm-up for us. So take your feet hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider, toes slightly pointing outwards, and think about your alignment. So press your feet strongly down into the floor. Feel yourself growing up through your legs. Squeeze your butt and tuck your tailbone under as you draw your belly button in. Reach up tall through your spine. Relax down through your shoulders, maybe a gentle shoulder roll back. Lift up through the top of your head. If you want to, close your eyes, relax your face. And then as you take a deep breath in, you reach your arms out to the side as far as you can, and then high up above your head. Hands come together into prayer, if you can, elbows together, and bend down so your knees are in line with your toes, and just roll down to where it feels comfortable for you, and then rolling back up. Now, we do this for around about 2 minutes, and our goal is to come down a little bit lower, so as low as you possibly can, rolling yourself up and reaching up as tall as you possibly can. So, we want to breathe out as we're coming down. Suck the belly button in, lift the tailbone, breathe in. So you'll be breathing in longer than you normally would, and you'll be breathing out longer than you normally would. And our intention is to come down further and then come up taller, taking up as much space as you possibly can, and then curling yourself down into a ball. Now, as you're doing this, just have a check-in with your body. You might have some tight spots. Your joints, specific joints may be a little bit sore. That's where we want to send our breath, and that's what we want to try to focus on today. All right, let's do one more like this. So breathing in, coming up as tall as you possibly can, and back down to the midline. And now our heart rate should be up a little bit. Our temperature should be up a little bit, and we're ready for some sun salutations. So come towards the top of your mat. Now we always have level 1 and level 2 options, so please do what's best for you today, not what you could do yesterday, what feels right for you today. So feet hip width apart, take a deep breath in, hands press together, squeeze your butt, push your hips forward and come into a baby back bend. Lift your chin and now coming forward. Bend both of your knees, take your hands above your knees and push them back so we come into flat back pose. Shoulders are back, you're looking at the floor, you're reaching out through the top of your head and reaching back through your tailbone. And now relax, bend your knees as much as you need to get your fingertips to the floor. From here, take a big step back on your right leg. All the way back, so this knee's on top of your ankle, and now push that front foot back to plank position. So we come here, shoulders are over your wrists. Now lift your tailbone up and push your chest back towards your thighs. So our heels are coming towards the floor. If you wanted to, you could bend your knees here. That may be more comfortable for you. But we're lifting up through our tailbone. Our back is straight and strong. From here, chin to chest, unravel, come forward to plank position. You might want to drop down onto your knees here and untuck your toes. And then lower your chest all the way down to the floor. From here, everybody, shoulders back, elbows in, belly button in, squeeze your butt. Now you're going to try to lift a kneecap up off the floor, just as far as you can. If it doesn't come off the floor, just try to do it and you'll still get those muscles working. So it doesn't matter if it comes up or not, but try to lift it up. And now the other side. Now as you're doing these, you're pulling your elbows in and you're sucking your belly button in and you're firing up all those posterior muscles at the back of your body. All right, we're going to lift our chest. So again, squeeze your butt. You can stay with your elbows bent here into cobra or lifting up to up dog. So thighs are up off the floor, bringing the chest through. If you want to lift the chin and now tuck your toes under and push back to down dog. Now, once again, you can have knees bent here if you want to, if it's more comfortable for you. All right, you're going to take a big step forward on your right leg. Now, if your right leg doesn't make it all the way so your ankle is under your knee, pick it up and bring it through. From here, sink down through your hips and get a nice stretch through those hip flexors at the back. Back foot steps in, so feet are hip width apart. Now I want you to look at the floor. You can have bent legs here if you want to, or fingertips to the floor, and you're going to lift your toes and then lift your heels, and lift your toes and lift your heels. And now we're going to roll up, chin in towards your chest, rolling all the way up, and that is our sequence. So please stay with level 1 options if you want, otherwise I'm going to show you some advanced options. So we reach up, squeeze your butt, push your hips forward, come into a baby back bend. Make sure this butt is squeezed to protect your lower back. And come forward, hands come down onto your knees into flat back pose. So push the knees back, reach out through the top of your head, pull your shoulders back. So lengthen your neck, and then releasing. Now, you can step back on this left leg, level 1, or you can jump back to plank position. So step or jump. Now lift your tailbone and push your chest back towards your thighs. Strong, straight arms. Heels are making their way towards the floor. And now chin tucks in and come back to plank position. Level 1 people drop down to your knees. Level 2 people stay on your toes. Control the movement all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes, shoulders back, elbows in, belly button in, butt is squeezed. Let's try to get the kneecap up off the floor. Keep eyes down, belly button in, lifting. Okay, we move on to cobra, so elbows bent, lifting the chest, or take those hands back a fraction and lift through to up dog. Now chest is pulling through, shoulders are back, squeeze your butt hard. Everybody tucks their toes under, lifts the tailbone, and back to down dog. Good. Okay, left leg this time. Bend the knees, take a big step forward. If that foot doesn't make it, pick it up and pull it through. Sink down through the hips. Try to straighten this bottom leg just as much as possible. Okay, back foot steps in, eyes are to the floor, and we're going to rock forwards and backwards. So you can be up here if you want to, or down here. Try to straighten those legs as much as possible. Lift the heels up as high as you can, and then the toes up as high as you can. And now everybody, chin to chest and roll up. All right, let's do that one more time on each side. Breath in, squeeze your butt, push the hips forward, and releasing, flat back pose. Good, push the knees back, extend through your torso, shoulders right back, get a good stretch up the back of your legs. And now bend the knees, and down we slide. Now you can step back on your right leg if you want to, or back into plank position. So now we lift our tailbone and everybody comes to down dog. Chest back to thighs. It should be starting to feel a little bit easier now. Got a little bit more movement in there. Chin tucks in and we lower down. Either knees or toes. Now slow and controlled is what we want with a long neck. All the way down. Untuck the toes. Okay, shoulders back, elbows in, and squeeze your butt cheek. Try to lift the leg up just as far as you can. Good. And now into cobra or up dog. Squeezing the butt. Everybody, chest comes forward. Option is to lift the chin. And tucking the toes under and pushing back. Good, big stretch through, long spine. And we're back to our right leg. So bend both knees if you need to, help the foot forward. Otherwise, sinking down, trying to straighten that back leg as much as possible. And back foot steps in. Good, look at the floor, lift toes, lift heels. Lift toes, lift heels. Oh, feel that great stretch through your calves. Feels amazing. Okay, chin tucks in and we roll up each vertebrae at a time. And we're ready for our last run through on the left side. Breath in. Lift up tall, squeeze your bum and baby back bend. Just to where it feels right for you. Hands come down. Bend knees to start with, and then reach out. Push your knees back, shoulders back. Good, belly's in, and now bend the knees, and coming all the way down to the floor. Chin tucks in towards your chest. Okay, from here, either step back on your left leg, or jumping back to plank position, shoulders over wrists. And now everybody lifts up and back to your down dog. See if you can straighten out your arms, get your shoulders away from your ears. And now rolling forward, and a slow and controlled descent down through crocodile, all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes, shoulders back, elbows in, long straight spine. Squeeze the butt. Make sure that belly button stays in, protecting our lower back. Okay, and releasing. Lifting up either to cobra or hands shift back a little and lift through to up dog. Oh, an option, lift your chin. And now tucking the toes under. Back we go. Chest pushes back towards our thighs. Bending the legs. Big step forward on your left leg. If you want to, help it through. Otherwise, sit down. Try to straighten this back leg as much as possible. Take a big step through. Eyes stay towards the floor. And we lift toes and heels. Good for ankle mobility as well. And then chin tucks in towards your chest, rolling up. Take a deep breath in. And we should be nice and warm and ready to get into some warriors, because that's what we're going to start with. Okay, so we're going to start off with a warrior two, and we're going to move into a sun warrior. So we've just got those two, warrior two and sun warrior, but we've got lots of variations and options between them. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, come along with me. Feet are wider than hip width. So if you take your hands out to the side and you bend the wrists, that should be where the outside of your feet are. From here, we're going to turn our toes, so keep your heels where they are, turn our toes towards the side. So the back foot should be at an angle and your front foot should be directly facing towards the side wall. Now, from here, you're going to use your hands to bring your hips and shoulders back towards the front. That's our goal. You're going to bend this knee in line with your toes. And once again, bring the hips and shoulders back. Squeeze your butt cheek to bring the knees in line with the toes. So it would be easier to let that knee drift in, but we want to work those butt muscles. Now you're going to sink down and bring your shoulders back above your hips, taking a deep breath in. Exhale. And that is our basic warrior two move. So we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. Coming up, turn the toes, so keep the heels where they are. Knee bends in line with your toes, hips and shoulders towards the front. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Now, as you exhale, the shoulders drop. The shoulder blades are coming down and in towards your tailbone, and you're making your fingertips as long as possible. If you look down, knees are in line with your toes. All right. Coming back up. Turning the toes again. So we're going to gradually add on each time. So come to your warrior two, breath in, breath out. Now it's really good if you can do this in front of a mirror. I'd encourage all of you to do this in front of a mirror, and I can see myself in the camera, so it's good for me as well. Just so you can check on those alignment points, because often we're thinking, yep, that's all good, and then we see ourselves in the mirror and go, oh, I could have fixed that up. Okay, so from here, you're going to flip your front hand. The back hand is coming down towards your thigh, and you're going to reach up. This is our sun warrior. Now, you want to sink down through this front leg, lift up through your armpit, so you're creating space through your ribs, and you're going to reach back as far as you can, and this back leg is strong and straight. So squeeze it, push the knee back, squeeze your butt, lift up through your armpit, and release. Pushing up. Turn the toes around. And let's do the same on the other side. So start off with warrior two. Breath in, breath out. Technique points. First thing, bring the shoulders back above the hips. Knee in line with toes. Squeeze this butt cheek. So there's a lot going on. Squeeze this back leg. So you should be able to feel it right up through your butt. Look out through your fingertips. Flip the front hand. Drop the back hand down to your thigh. Lift up through your armpit. Sink down even lower and create space through your ribs. So reach back and releasing. Now hopefully you're feeling all this happening through your legs. Let's turn the toes. We're going to add on. Turn the toes again. So we start off with warrior two. Use your breath. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, bring the shoulders back. Breath out, relax them and lengthen your neck. Breath in, reach out through the fingertips, and breath out, sink down lower. Okay, somewhere. Flip your front palm. Drop the back hand. Reach up, breath in. Breath out. Good, come back a little bit further. Okay, this is where we add on. This back hand is now going to wrap around behind your waist. If you can, reach for the leg in front. So reach towards your inner thigh. If you can just get your hand to the middle of your back, do that. Okay, so we sink down low, we reach up through our armpit, and we're reaching back just as far as we can. Knees with your toes, so don't let the knee drift in. And relax. It's a lot of work, isn't it? Turn the toes. I'm feeling it as well. So turn those back toes, turn the front toes, and let's go again. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in, shoulders back. Breath out. Now just check knees with toes. Front palm. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Reaching up. And breath out. Sinking down. Okay, back hand. It wraps around. Now you may find one side a lot different from the other. So I can't reach as far around with this side. But just do what you can on both sides. Look up to the palm of your hand. And releasing. All right, we've got one more thing to add on, and then we take it down a notch. So this is the most energetic we're going to get. Okay, one more thing to add on each side. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in, shoulders over hips. Breath out, relax the shoulders down the long neck. Good. Breath in, hold it there. Breath out. Knees with toes. Breath in. And breath out, sink down. Okay, this back hand wraps around, come around as far as you possibly can. And now this top arm is going to come down to the inside of the knee or the thigh. Now you can stay up tall like this, or you can slide down so that elbow's coming towards the inside of the knee. Now I want you to try to get your belly button up towards the roof and use the elbow to push your knee, or the hand to push your knee in line with the toes. So rotate your ribs and releasing. Yeah, that's a little nasty, isn't it? But we've only got to do it one more time on the other side. So turn your toes and let's go. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in, shoulders back. Breath out, sink down. Knee with toes. Breath in, flip the palm, hold it there. Breath out. And breath in, reach up to your sun warrior. And breath out, sink down, create space. Hand wraps around to the outside or as far as you can. Good. Okay, from here, we're going to drop that front hand either to the outside of the knee, or if you can, come down lower. And then push the knee out with the elbow, rotate the ribs around just as far as you can, belly button in, ribs up towards the roof. And release, pushing up. Oh, and now we need to relax a little. So turn the toes towards the front, bring the toes in slightly and the heels out slightly. Now you may want to bend your knees here. If you can, take your hands all the way down to the floor. So you can bend your knees as much as you want to. Otherwise, push your knees back, and I want you to think about pushing the floor away. So create a big arch through your back. Suck your belly button in, big arch through your back, and release. Flatten out your back now. It might be easier if I come slide on. So from here, we're flattening out their back. Okay, walk those hands over towards one foot. Now your option here is to hold on to the leg and try to get your nose towards your knee. Feel a good stretch through one side. Good, so either holding on or hands over to one foot. Okay, come back to the center and over to the other side. Or holding on and trying to get your nose towards your knee. And releasing. Coming back to the center. Just bring your head higher than your heart so you're not so dizzy. So you might even want to come up higher, just for a breath. And then come back down. Now what you're going to do, place your right hand in the middle of feet and about a metre in front. So directly in the middle of your feet and about a metre in front. From there, bring your shoulder over your wrist. Keep your hips square towards the ground and reach up through your other arm. Now you might just be here depending on how tight you are through your back and your shoulders. Our goal is try to get the fingertips to the roof. Keep your eyes on your hand in front. Reach the fingertips up as far as you can and then wrap your arm around. And once again, we're aiming for the inner thigh. So roll this shoulder back, aim for the inner thigh and release. Let's do the other side. So replace that hand, shoulder over your wrist. Good, hips square to the floor. Reach up with your hand. Now try to keep your hips square, but rotate through your wrist. This is great for your thoracic mobility. Hand comes behind. Now reach towards the inner thigh. Roll the shoulder right back, belly button in, and releasing. Now you're going to love this. It's exactly what we need right now. Coming down onto your knees. Take your knees out wide, your toes together. Sit your butt back. This is going to feel so good. Forehead to the floor. And relax into child's pose. So try to get your butt as close to your heels as possible. And then from here, I want you to walk your hands over to one side and get a big stretch through one side. And then walk your hands back and come over to the other side. Big stretch through the other side. And releasing, come back to the center. And push yourselves up. Okay, from here you're going to bring your knees forward. And we're coming into around about 90 degrees in both your front and your back legs. So you're sitting down onto your hip, doesn't matter which side because we're going to be doing both sides. Hand comes behind your butt. So bring the heel of your hand close in towards your butt, but comfortable for you. That you can still maintain your belly button in and straight and strong through your back. From here, your back hand is going to sweep, so I'm going to show level one first of all. You're going to keep your butt cheek connected to the floor. You're going to sweep through and you're going to look right back over your shoulder. Now I want you to think about reaching through your fingertips, reaching your eyes around the corner as much as you can, and thinking a long spine and a long neck. Level two people, you're going to lift up off the floor. So you're going to push this hip forward as much as you can and sweep right around. And you should feel a good stretch right down through the front of this hip flexor, down towards your knee. So reach around as far as you can, squeeze your butt, reach through those fingertips, push your hips forward, and releasing. Let's do the other side. So all you need to do is flip your knees over. Around about 90 degrees, back hand, heel of the hand is close towards your butt. So you can stay here if you want to. You've got to think tall through your spine, so lift up and sweep the arm around as much as you can. Get the eyes going around the corner. Or lift up. So we're pushing up now. You're squeezing this back butt cheek and you're pushing your hips forward and reaching around as far as you possibly can. So aim to reach for your back heel. Squeezing the butt cheek and releasing. We're going to do that one more time each side, a little bit quicker. So flip those knees, either keep the butt down or reaching up, squeeze and reach and releasing. And then other side, flip those knees, squeeze and reach, and releasing. Now, we only get to do one thing lying down today, but one is better than none. So, hold on behind your thighs, rolling back, and we're going to do a counter pose. You're going to bring your knees into your chest as close as you can. Now, start off, bring the knees in close, and then think about pushing down through your tailbone. So this is with my tailbone off, and this is with my tailbone down, but I want to try to keep my knees in. So you can either hold on, or you can reach for your forearms, or reach right around for your elbows. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, squeeze in tightly, and then think about pushing down through your tailbone. So keep squeezing in. Squeezing as hard as you can. Tailbone is coming down, belly button is in, chin is in towards your chest. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. And release. You're going to let go of one leg, and you're going to do the same thing with just one knee. Now it's outside by your ribs, and you're pulling it down just as hard as you possibly can. And now the other side. So swap over. Good. You might want to even bend this leg, totally up to you. Squeezing down, so pull it into the outside of your ribs. And releasing. We're going to make our way back up because we've just got to go through those sun salutations one more time. So you might want to roll to the side and bring yourself to an upright position, or chin in towards your chest, belly button in, rock massage your lower back, and nearly didn't make it. Okay, we're going to roll up through our back. So chin in towards your chest, lift your tailbone, rolling up, and let's head through our sun salutations, which are going to feel so much better than when we started. So, feet hip width apart. Take a deep breath in. Reach up tall, squeeze your bum, push your hips forward, and come back to where it feels right for you. And then coming up. And hands come down, we're coming to flat back pose. Bending the knees, pushing the knees back, reach out through the top of your head. Good, shoulders are back, belly button is in, and coming all the way down. Good, so just relaxing, upper body's heavy, heavy's heavy, shoulders are heavy. From here, you can step back one leg at a time, or jump back, landing softly, and then everybody comes in to down dog. Heels, push that a little bit further down. Shoulders away from your ears, straighten out your arms as much as you possibly can. And then tuck the chin in and come forward to plank position, and we lower down through crocodile, either knees or toes, keeping the neck long, keeping the belly button in, all the way down. Untuck the toes, shoulders back, elbows in, suck the belly button in, lift one leg, and then the other leg. Good, and again. Nice job. All right, into cobra. Elbows bent or up dog. Chest comes through, squeeze your butt. And then we make our way back to down dog again. Tuck the toes under, push back through your heels, straight and strong through your arms, long neck. You may even want to pedal through your heels, one side and the other. Good. All right, from there, take a big step in. Now we're going to do this twice. So big step in, drop down through your hips, straighten the back leg as much as you can. Then you're going to push back to down dog, and we're going to do the other side, just so we're even. We're not favouring one side over the other. So bend the knees, help that foot through if you want to. And then last little bit, step that back foot in. We're doing heels and toes, so look towards the floor. You can have bent legs if you want. Lifting one side and the other. Good, one more time. Okay, from here, chin in towards your chest. Slowly roll up each vertebra at a time. Your back should be feeling pretty good by now. Take a deep breath in. Push your feet into the floor. Look up, hands come together. Bring all that goodness back down into your body. And namaste. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope all your joints and muscles are feeling pretty good. Make sure you have a drink of water, have a bit of a walk around, give yourself a pat on the back, and make sure you come back next week and we'll do it all again. Bye.